Yeah, all good, brother, all good. I can hear that, by the way. I just, uh, I kind of look at it as an experiment because, not to mention him, but the night that Cleo talks about Jack Levin coming into a room, I was actually in there myself, as I probably commented before, and he made it extremely clear that this was an experiment, and I've always held on to that. So the truth is, I've never really had an expectation of the whole system itself personally, but that doesn't mean that I'm not mining Zen blocks. It doesn't mean that I'm not minting things because it's that fear of missing out. Probably would be the right thing to say to you. Oh yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. But yeah, I don't like to say it, but it doesn't help some people around our community when you know their track records. But it is what it is at the end of the day. If he's going to be entertained, then he will continue doing what he's doing. Yeah, yeah, no, I get you. I mean, we have a saying in the UK: you're better off sitting in the tent with someone spitting at you than them from spitting outside and you can't see it coming. Yeah, no, you're very calm in what you do, and you're very so that's why. And I'll say to you personally, and it doesn't have to be on Twitter. I'll say it to you personally. Thank you for what you do. There are a lot of people out there that do suffer with mental health, and we are sitting at home and we are fighting our demons. But at 11 minutes past one in the UK, I know that I can come on here and listen to you guys talking. I can participate. I'm accepted. It's just that one factor that stops me from coming up and talking like this, because if he came in now, it would just be all because I lose it quickly. Unfortunately, I've been diagnosed with complex PTSD, so I can be very quickly and easily triggered. But I just wanted to say to you, thank you for being here each day, and I do actually miss you on the weekends, to be fair. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, another thing I live my life with is ADHD. So when you say about being on the go, my brain is constantly on the go. The only time it stops is when I close my eyes and go to sleep, and then it's still going in my dreams. But we all live with what we live with. At the end of the day, we always express it in our own little way. But no, you fully deserve the weekends off, sir, and I'm first to tell you that. Yeah, I'm actually prescribed medical cannabis in the UK for my ADHD and complex PTSD. Yeah, I've been Yeah, no, no, no. I've been diagnosed with complex PTSD, which actually means that it's not just one trauma experience, it's several as a child. But hey, I'm not looking for sympathy. I just live with it. I'm just saying what you do to help others and along with everybody else. I do feel that a lot of people that come on here every day probably do have ADHD along the lines with us as well. Um, and basically, what we're doing is we're looking for a dopamine rush. I'm sure you understand your condition. So that's it. That's it. So when we come on and I'm looking for you and I'm looking at the clock and sometimes I miss it. Sometimes I'm off doing another dopamine rush. But I mean, even this sitting here talking to you now, I can feel it. The dopamine rush, the hair standing up, the excitement. I'm sure you can tell. Yeah, I normally go from you, I go on to Iceman or I go on to somewhere else. So I know for yourself, and I agree, people do run out of things to talk to, a new sort of what do they call it? Switching up the space with a new presenter and it brings another level. But then we can only, like you say, we can only talk about so much. I remember 2 years ago sitting in the Pulse chain and they used to stream it live onto YouTube. So yeah, I mean it's been done, but I don't know about the Spotify side of things. I think you might be, if not the first, definitely one of the first handful. Yeah, that's the community I originally come from as well. Um, a few of us do, you know, the old timers. I mean, Iceman's another one I've known for a couple of years. Hexie, I first heard her voice in the Hex chat that I used to sit on Twitter, but on Telegram, the Hex chats have died. Like literally, they've moved on to here. So I mean, hopefully that's going to pick up again soon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That associating money with emotion. If you take the emotion out of money, you can come to terms with a lot more things in life easier. That's what I find. I mean, I'm a rich man, but I'm a rich man in love with my family and people around me. That's my rich. And rich is not how much money you got in your bank account. And I'm sure 100% you're going to agree with that. Oh, yes, defo. Are we going to bring anybody else up, or is it going to be me and you? As I stated yesterday, I will sit up here. If that gentleman does pop on, I will go down because it. Yes, very much so. Yeah, yeah. I'm not going to go. I know it's like don't talk about people while they're not here. Blah blah blah. But yeah, no. If we start going at it as two Londoners, trust me, you lot haven't had that on Zen yet, and we don't. I don't personally want you to witness it. So no, as long as you understand, it's not on my part. You know, it's just there is history there, and as you can tell, I don't even want to mention his name or even give him airtime. But yeah, no, it's been known for him to do some very nasty things to me. Oh yeah, no, you're definitely the man for the job.
Good morning. Good morning. Doing good. Had to feed them before I left the house. On the way, dropping the kids off. But on to that point, man. I wish I still had my contacts from the old project that I was involved in, and uh, we had people from all over the globe, multiple uh, language Telegram groups, and yeah, it's definitely a dynamic when you start hitting those areas where people can really benefit, like portions over in Africa, India, South America. Uh, but every now and then, I try to look on my old accounts to see if I can reach out to them and try to get them on because, I mean, since I came over here, it's been gravy for me. Uh, Not too much on the downside. And shout out to you for holding this down in the mornings because this is kind of what I wanted to do with my Telegram group, my little circle of friends. We had like a good run or like 4 or 5 months of good solid content every week, but we just kind of got busy, got into other stuff. But yeah, the way you're doing it here is beautiful. Right? Oh yeah, that was my whole thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Oh yeah, I'm just saying that was my whole thing. I was struggling to really find good content when it came to talking about like because when my YouTube channel, we would just talk about different new projects coming out and do a whole rundown reviews and stuff like that. And occasionally we'll just have market talk and just shoot the crap every now and then. It's a good mixer, and the way you do it here is really good. And I think if and as we continue on with it, and just keep highlighting those first principle points, I think that'll naturally start drawing in people. When they want to come on in. Yep. Whatever way works, man. I wish I had that down. That's good though. More eyes out there, man. That's right. right? Sometimes you just got to drop the hammer. And with those transitions, you just got to be blunt, or you try to make the corniest joke in the world. Sometimes it's a distraction for the sloppy transitions, but it is what it is. It's a growing process. There you go. Oh man, and if you get on top of the Dallas Cowboys, you can go on for days with. Yeah, man. Yeah, that was right. I mean, the teams are different this year. I mean, I was watching the game last night with the Packers and the Raiders, and I was like, oh yeah, Jordan Love got this 100%. And the Raiders were essentially in control the entire game. Uh, Raiders, they ended up pulling it out at the last minute, stopping the Packers out twice. It was penalties and interceptions that done them in. So yeah, yeah, he's playing pretty well, better than what I thought. Because I was teasing my buddy that since Aaron Rodgers was gone, they was going to tank it. But yeah, the opposite happened. You know, Aaron Rodgers went down for the season. So um, yeah, yeah, it was like it was high school versus like middle school. That's how bad that game was. I was embarrassed. Yeah, I can say they go into the playoffs. Cowboys, I have no idea. Man, heck yeah. Hmm. Oh wait, yep. Give me 1 second. Sorry. He's got to get his cello too. Yeah, you could just push it.
Am I right in saying that Tom Brady's come over to the UK now? I think he's actually gone to one of the lower leagues as a fitness instructor.
I thought he was gonna sign up with Chelsea.
Just to take it back to the football, just quickly, he's actually at a team called Birmingham, and they are on the brink of making. You probably heard of Wayne Rooney, their manager. So it'll be Wayne Rooney working with Tom Brady. No, I'm a Tottenham Hotspurs fan. I had a season ticket over there for 23 years. Well, if you really want to troll them, just tell them you're a Tottenham fan because we just beat them 2 weeks ago and it was very controversial. Yeah, no, we scored a goal in the 95th minute to win the game, but they had a goal that was disallowed for offside that wasn't offside. And we have all the action replays and VAR in this country in football. So human error should be wiped out. But some particular, I mean, if you Google it, VAR Liverpool versus Tottenham, you can listen to the transcript from the referees and they absolutely fucked up. Excuse my language. Well, from what I've been listening to, you didn't only watch it, did you? How's David Beckham doing over there now? Is he still own that? Is it DC United? Well, I don't know. He probably retired playing, but I'm sure he bought ownership of the club, didn't he? Or what do you guys? You call it something different? Yeah, no, 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 not soccer. You when you've got a chairman over here, he owns the company. But for you guys, isn't it a bit? Yeah, I'll think of the term that I'm thinking of in a minute. Sorry. Well, there you go. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he scored some wonderful goals that got us in England into some good places. I've never personally hated on him. Believe it or not, David Beckham actually comes from London. He was born in North London. Well, no, it's actually Hertfordshire, just the borders of North London. And the first team he ever actually played for as a young boy was Tottenham Hotspurs. Yeah, yeah, just as a youngster, and then Manchester picked him up, and that was it. Then the story as you know it. Yeah, I mean, just to coincide it with American football, did you watch the 2 games that happened in England this weekend? Well, the actual place where you play your NFL games when you're away in the UK is Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Yeah, 66,454 is the capacity, but that's not big compared to you guys.
Oof. I have to check the stats on that one for seating. I don't know at the top of my head. Let me check.
Yeah, that's a few. I mean, Wembley's actually bigger. I think Wembley's 88,000. Is that Wembley? Is it? Yeah, and there's only one train station for them all to get on and off. Yeah, look it up on your computer. Wembley Way is called. Yeah, it's a big what? It's a long. You'll see it anyway. It's a big long walkway where all the fans come off the trains and they walk down Wembley Way up to the new Wembley. We call it New Wembley because it was built about 20 years ago, but as a kid, we all remember old Wembley. Yeah, it's a funny story actually. You say that. I remember Southampton. No, it was we was playing Portsmouth, Pompey, in the semi-finals one year. I won't bore everyone. It's only a quick story, but went down the walkway, and the Pompey fans, they're known for being a little bit of a bad, like naughty people, whatever you want to call them. So a group of them come up to me, giving it all large, and I just reached back, bang, I headbutted one of them. Then two of their mates jumped on, then my other mates, and it just ended up in a brawl. And then the old Bill just come over, split us all up, and told us to go and enjoy the game. Well, if you ever do come to the UK, I'll do all I can to get you to a Tottenham Hotspurs match. I might not necessarily be able to come with you, but I can get you tickets definitely. I'm sure I would come. I just sometimes I don't feel football. Too many people around me. It's yeah, it is what it is. It's not only that; it's the social anxiety after the event. But hey, as you said, it's a safe place, so we can talk about stuff like that.
Yep, we got to do the best that you can. What happened? Did you take it down? It's all good. We're gonna keep it clean. We try to. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. Oh, wow! I didn't know he got hit with it that way. That's crazy. Right. Right. Yeah. That's like my mama said. It's good to keep your ear in the news every now and then, just to know what's going on in the world. But don't get too much wrapped up in the media. You know. But yeah, talking about that too. I'm watching the market now and anticipating some bigger drops, but I'm kind of surprised at how the market's actually reacted. I think Apple wasn't doing too bad yesterday, and it was kind of stale market. So, oh well, never mind. I just checked Bitcoin. They got some movements. He got some movements going, right? Oh my goodness. That's how it goes.
Them things hunt you down, hunt you down. They just come and they touch, and they're gonna get you, and you know they're gonna get you, but you still don't pull it. It's like, yeah, go on then, and bang, it's done.
Doing good. How are you guys doing? That's good. I was gonna tell you one of the ways to not get liquidated is to check volume. If volume picks up, the candle, the trend might reverse. I don't know if you're, yeah. Volume and you got to look at the what's the other one? The spreadsheet. Just by volume and spreadsheet, you're able to determine. It's one of the indicators. It's not like you know a major indicator. It's just one of the things that you got to spot out and be like, okay, seems like they're bringing in volume, and volume means bullish bullish reversal. Well, yeah, this is what I used to tell my other guys is before you put in a trade, have a goal in place, have a set goal, a set mind in place where you're prepared for the worst and you're ready to accept it. Because if not, at the end of the day, you're just emotionally trading, and emotionally trading, you're bound to wreck your portfolio and not come back and continue to trade, right? Well, the thing is not about making $1 million, and I get you. Believe me, like I would want to be the motherfucker that like puts in a trade and makes $1 million, but you're better off just making 20%, right? And then making 20%, 5 trades of a large amount. You get what I'm saying? So you're able to successfully. Now go for it. Go for it. Well, see, the thing is that you can do leverage. It's just do less, do less of a percentage, right? Instead of do like 175, 50x, do 10, do 20. Because and then at the end doing 100x leverage, it's sort of gambling, right?
They should rename. They should rename leverage dopamine.
Well, yeah, looking at Maxi having 200x leverage is like, you would have to hit it right, just right, in order for you to be profitable, right? Like and that's too much gambling. That's guessing too much, or having to be glued at a chart where you're gonna know its next move, right?
Y'all are ballsy. I saw somebody post the other day. They hit like 100x, and I was surprised at the percentage that they got. because the few times I remember playing around that high leverage, it'd be seconds they have you wiped out.
Yeah, the if you're doing Ethereum, I was doing 100x. Uh, it in $1,000 each dollar. If is it $1,000? I think each dollar that it moves, it's $100. So you put in $1,000, you do 100x leverage. It goes down a dollar. You're down $100. It goes up a dollar. You're up $100. So if it moves $10 and normally correlates with Bitcoin, I don't know if it depegged because the other day one of my buddies was talking about Ethereum depegged from Bitcoin's correlation. There was a point in time where Bitcoin will move by the hundreds of dollars, and Ethereum will follow with tens of dollars. So I would calculate, okay, so if Bitcoin just pumped 200 or $300, well, Ethereum is going to correlate with 30, $40, right? It might be more depending on the volume. It might be less. But if you do 100x leverage and it pumps $20 at $1,000, you're talking about you can make $200 in like 10 seconds.
Yep, you just got to be on point.
But I experienced what you talked about. Like, well, I'm a really good trader because I caught it right on time before it dumped. I don't know. I'm a bear when it comes to leverage trading. I like to short stuff. I think they're coming down. I'm able to spot out certain movement in the chart, certain volumes, certain candles. But it's nice to catch a nice long, like being able to have a reversal and be able to like ride both sides. It's nice. But having too much leverage it means less of a time for you to react and to exit the market. And having a stop loss, all you're doing is just giving the market maker an advantage for them to liquidate you at such a high leverage. Yeah, I was gonna head over there, but I didn't know if that news was gonna be true or the little alpha that people were giving out was gonna be true. They were that he was coming to Rancho Cucamonga. Um, is Jack tall? I think so. Unless if unless if Simple small, I don't know. So he has to be tall, right? Over 6 feet. Okay.
Don't forget that quarter of an inch.
I don't know. I haven't, to be quite honest, I haven't leveraged trade ever since I wrecked my portfolio 3.5, 4 months ago. That was one time. No, that was another time that I put a trade while I was driving, thinking I was a badass. It went on my way, and then I hopped on a space, and it reversed on me and liquidated my portfolio. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna trade for a really long time, and here I am. I've been this is the other reason why I'm in casinos lately. I put away my trading aside, and I'm just partying it up, even though I'm not partying it up, right? Yeah, it took a big toll on me. I put me in a mindset where I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was very profitable. I was very successful on leverage trading. Like I said, I was able to make you know hundreds of dollars in a very short time and not make multiple trades. The most trades I was making a day was maybe seven or 15 trades a day. I was making yeah, I was making around 2 to 3 grand a day. No, I know. I blew I blew a 15 grand portfolio, dude. This is why I'm not, it's not a joke. It's bullshit. But it really took a yeah, and I'm not gonna put no more money in or try or you know what I'm saying. Like I'm not gonna move money that I have parked for fucking gambling. So I just took a little break. Took a little break, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna reconsider my strategy. I'm gonna do more research. I'm gonna study more. Really learn some charts and really take it serious. Because I put a couple of tweets out there before where you don't want to manage or run or trade your portfolio when you're intoxicated. Uh, you're not fully with your attention fully onto what it is that you're doing, or you're distracted because that's ways where you wreck your portfolio pretty much. Oh yeah, tell me about it. The first time that I experienced a small loss, which was like a $800 loss, I put a trade and I fell asleep. It was a it was a pretty expensive sleep. I'll tell you that. And the second time, it was like a $600 loss. It was before the first. I think it was on March, April, May, the FOMC meeting where the market pumps and then dumps. And I think I had put a short, and then the meeting occurred, and as I'm waking up, the market it's pumping. So the market pumps, and it does not go in my favor. I get liquidated, and then after the meeting, the chart dumps, and it reaches. It pretty much goes in my favor, but I was already liquidated. So it's stuff like that, right? Where
That's exactly what they do during those times.
well, well, yeah, yeah. There was one this one. I think it was last month. or the month prior, which I was like, yo, I'm not gonna trade, and then I was like, you know what? Let me trade the FOMC, right? And I put a short again because I don't know, something just told me it was gonna dump, and it dumped as the meeting is happening, and then it pumped, but it dumped just enough so I was able to cash in several $100. I'm like, and I was like, all right, I'm out, and then it pumped. I was like, okay, cut it right on time. But yeah, but you never know, right? It could have been completely opposite.
See, that's why I got off of next C too, because I got hit with that when Pepe. It was, I think it was like right before it got on Binance, and in general, that was my own fault for trying to play with it around Binance. So yeah.
I'll tell you this: I got $1,000 liquidated on Pepe on Maxi. The market maker does not like me over there. I was putting
It
in a
doesn't like
short.
anybody.
I was putting a short. It goes in my favor, and then the next is it the five? Yeah, I think in the next 5 minute candle, fucking straight reverses, and it just fucking pumps. Like it just takes off, and I'm like, great, that was my exit position there. Fucking just missed it. Blew $1,000 on Pepe. Great.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Yeah, bro. I don't know, man. I think I shorted Cardano myself earlier when it was at like $1.70, and then I stopped. Yeah, so I don't know about now, man. It's already low, bro. So if anything, I would DCA in if anything, bro. In any type of market right now with everything going on, just DCA in. We're just waiting until Thursday because the inflation report is coming out on Thursday, and we're gonna have a better idea if inflation is gonna go up or go down, right? If it goes up, then most likely they're going to start raising interest rates again. But the way things, honestly, I think things were going well until what happened the other day, right? So, I'm looking at things as a negative right now, but people are looking at it as a positive. But the only thing is that we have to remember is like we just got out inflation. Inflation just, peaked a couple months ago, and we started going down, right? So the Fed was doing their job. They raised the interest rates. They got where they wanted. They were holding for a bit to see what was going to happen, and they realized that raising the interest rates was causing issues, right? So they paused it for like a month, nothing crazy, right? But now, with all this shit going on, with this war going on, we could see stagflation now, and that's not what we want to see, bro. That's the last thing we want to see right now, and that's something that could. I was not, you know what? This was in the back of my head for the longest time, for the last 2 years, and I didn't want it to bring up stagflation, right? But with this new war going on, it's possible, bro, and that's not a good thing. And it's going to take a little bit of the market to recover now with all this going on, but who knows, man? It could be positive, it could be negative, right? I'm just going to wait until Thursday and see before I make any more purchases, because Thursday is going to indicate us if they're going to raise interest rates or not. And if they don't, then yeah, I would feel safe by DCAing a little bit more into the market, right? So I'm not going to DCA until Thursday. I stopped from last week because of what this incident that just happened, but I'm just gonna postpone it and just wait it out, man. Honestly, like, I was feeling really confident that we were hitting the bottoms already, but with this new war going on, things can change, right, real fast.
Yeah, I think it is. Ooh, that's a lot sooner than what I thought.
Even the gas for Ethereum now is starting to go up. Minting, you can't get those 5-6 at certain times now, right? Before, like a week ago, you could. Now you can start seeing the gas is starting to peak back up slowly.
So how do y'all think we're gonna do with gas going into um, the next bull cycle? Do you think at the state that it's at now, we're gonna be able to manage with the gas fees around that time, or do y'all think it's gonna be crazy like how it used to be?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be crazy, and I think it's gonna be nuts, bro. Like always, when the boron comes, gas is always high, man. There's no stopping it.
So in that situation, do y'all think optimism and base might handle better during those times as far as in participation? Yeah, I don't know either. I would have to look at the history on optimism, but yeah, it's going to be definitely interesting to see. I tell you what.
The good news is that I woke up to almost over 100 Zen blocks. So whatever, I got like 100 of them, bro.
What?
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. I'm going hard now, bro. Why not? Doing it. Bored at home, Might as well put some time into it, right? Doesn't hurt to do it. Learn a little bit, and after that, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, I need to get back on top of it. I got as far as into setting up the Ubuntu or the Linux through Windows, and then I got a little distracted because somebody came out with a .exe for the for our miners or for basically for the GPUs, but I didn't really know how to get it to work with the script, so I kind of got stuck there and got busy with other stuff.
I hear you, bro. Yeah, I had one of my good buddies help me out. I didn't do it on my own. I'm not that technical, bro. So
Yeah, I just need a good solid few hours so I can just sit down and really look at it without doing anything. right? Because I remember it was way back when I was actually mining stuff. Uh, I'd be at the computer for days, man, just learning different algorithms and just trying to fine tune my miners and everything. But it was fun. And hey, you know, out of everything that it did touch, it actually did pay off. Doge was the only one that really paid off. Well, I did have Litecoin and Bitcoin, but I didn't hold on to them. I used them for other stuff. So, oh yeah, right. Yep, possibly.
Yeah, I think it went over $100 or something like that. Yeah. Thanks for the money and took off, eh? I don't know. I don't trust that guy. Never got involved with it.
Because he made some money. There he is. What are you doing now?